Manchester United's Premier League clash with Newcastle United was expected to be a high-stakes encounter between two ambitious sides chasing momentum and consistency. Instead, the football itself was pushed into the background by yet another explosive VAR controversy that has reignited serious questions about officiating standards in English football. From the opening whistle, the match carried a tense edge. Manchester United, eager to assert control at Old Trafford, pressed aggressively, while Newcastle approached the game with discipline and physical intensity. Chances were created at both ends, and the contest remained finely balanced as the midfield battles intensified and defensive lines were constantly tested. However, everything changed with one decision that would come to define the night. Midway through the match, Newcastle launched an attack that ended inside the Manchester United penalty area. A Newcastle player went to ground following contact with a United defender, prompting the referee to immediately point to the spot. United players reacted with disbelief, surrounding the official and insisting the challenge was minimal and accidental. Newcastle's players, on the other hand, protested just as strongly in support of the call, convinced their teammate had been unfairly impeded. As VAR intervened, the stadium atmosphere shifted dramatically. Replays were shown from multiple angles, each offering a slightly different perspective. Some angles suggested there was contact, while others appeared to show the defender pulling away. The decision felt finely balanced, and many expected VAR to overturn the penalty or at least recommend a review at the pitch side monitor. Instead, after a lengthy check, VAR upheld the original on-field decision. That moment sparked immediate outrage. Newcastle's bench reacted furiously, players gestured angrily toward the fourth official, and sections of the crowd voiced their frustration. On social media, the reaction was even more intense. Clips of the incident spread rapidly, with fans and pundits dissecting every frame. Comparisons were drawn to similar challenges earlier in the season that resulted in no penalty or were overturned after VAR review, amplifying accusations of inconsistency. The controversy grew beyond the match itself. Former referees weighed in with divided opinions, some arguing that any contact in the box must be punished, while others insisted the threshold for a penalty was not met. The lack of a unified interpretation once again exposed a central flaw in the VAR system. Decisions that rely heavily on subjective judgment continue to produce wildly different outcomes. Reports soon emerged suggesting PMAL chief Howard Webb was increasingly frustrated with how VAR officials and on-field referees handled the incident. With referees already under intense pressure due to several high-profile errors this season, this decision added fuel to the fire. The calls for clearer VAR protocols, better communication, and greater transparency grew louder in the aftermath. Ultimately, Manchester United capitalized on the chaos and walked away with all 3 points, but the result felt secondary to the fallout. For Newcastle, the sense of injustice lingered, with players and fans believing a crucial decision went against them. For United, the victory was overshadowed by accusations that officiating once again influenced the outcome of a major Premier League match. As the dust settles, the bigger issue remains unresolved. VAR was introduced to eliminate clear and obvious errors, yet moments like this continue to dominate headlines and erode trust in the system. Until the Premier League provides consistent standards and clearer explanations for controversial decisions, matches like Manchester United vs Newcastle United will continue to be remembered not for the football played, but for the debates that follow the final whistle.